guys, DevilHunterXYZ, and in the last video I said there was an update for 20 Pro Skater 5, and one of the new things was they added in 2 more levels. I already took care of the Wild West in the last video, so I decided to go for the Underground and complete all of the missions on Sig difficulty. And in ways, I guess the Underground is supposed to, reference Tony Hawk's Underground, which in my opinion I think it was a pretty good series. Well, for the first mission, Haberplab High, of course it's a high score mission, and for SIG rating you need 5,500,000 points. And comparing it to the Wild West, it's actually a lot easier since you don't need that many points. So the best strategy here is to go to this little small train area and just keep going off of these 2 quarter pipes, building up your special. And for the case of Tony, just use the 900 over and over until it runs out, and then just continue on with revert manuals to build up your combo. Well, for the next mission, humongous hang time, you get a score dependent amount of time in the air multiplied by the trick multiplier, and for SIG rating you need 80,000 points. And luckily you're actually in an area where you have the boosting quarter pipes, so it gives you a lot more time in the air. So the best strategy obviously is just to keep going off the quarter pipes and keep building up the trick multiplier. And because you're spending a lot more time in the air, you should be able to build up the multiplier pretty quickly. Well, for the mission Capsicum combo, I'm not sure if I even pronounced that right. It's a combo-based mission where you have to score a good combo and within a time limit. And the challenge here is you can't use any manuals. And for sig rating, you need 600,000 points. And the best strategy here is to get yourself on top of this railing, keep grinding around in circles. And you may want to occasionally just keep doing tricks when you're grinding. You know, flip tricks, but I say mostly grabs to help build up points a lot quicker. Well, for the mission Redonkulous Rings, you have to go through all the rings within the time limit. And for sig rating, you have to do it within 30 seconds. And luckily, the rings are placed pretty easily, so you can get them all in a simple line. Just the thing you have to watch out for is you're going to be doing a lot of grinding, so if you mess up on the grinding, you're going to be losing a lot of time, and you might have to end up restarting the entire mission. But also on the good side, when you grind, you also get a slight speed boost when you're doing it on rails. And once you get up to this upper railing, just make sure to jump off a little bit early, otherwise you'll just grind around the entire thing, wasting more time. And if you do this right, you should be able to just barely make it. Well, the mission Underground Grind, it's a grind type mission where your score depends on the amount of time grinding multiplied by the trick multiplier. And for sig rating, you need 20,000 points, which is actually pretty easy. And with that, I see there's two possible ways of getting this one. For one, you could just keep tricking off of these two quarter pipes to build up your trick multiplier. And I say once you get about 40 or 50, just start grinding. Or if you want to do a more legit route, you can just continue grinding along the rails and doing tricks off of them. Just be careful not to hit the train. Either way, it's a pretty easy mission to get through. Well, for the mission manual meep, it's a manual type mission where the score depends on the amount of distance traveled manually multiplied by the trick multiplier. And for sig rating, you need 14,000 points, which again, it's pretty simple, especially at this point with the arrows to give you a little bit of a speed boost. And I say the best strategy here, just keep going back and forth, going past the arrows to give you some distance, and just keep doing tricks off of the quarter pipes and do revert manuals to keep the combo going. Well, for the mission Cup of Commuter, you have to collect as many cups as you can and bring them back to the baggage claim area within the time limit, and you have to get 100 points for sick rating. So when you first start, turn to the right and start collecting cups from this direction by grinding. And this mission is a little bit on the difficult side. I mean, the process of collecting cups is pretty simple, but the problem is the time limit. You're not going to really have much time to really do this entire mission. So you will be running past the clock for this one. So for your first run around, just grind along the rails and start collecting the cups. And when you get to this point, instead of heading towards the baggage claim area, just jump off, do a big turnaround, and then launch yourself up into the railings and start collecting the cups. And then if you're good with timing, you should be able to make the railing on the other side. Of course, right here I almost messed up and almost hit the wall. Be careful not to hit the gridded wall, otherwise you will lose all your cups. I think you could probably afford one mistake. But at this point, just keep grinding on the rails. And I say for your first run around, just collect around 64 to 65 cups. And then make it to the baggage claim. And if you're lucky, you should have at least 15 seconds to spare to redo the entire process. Or somewhat redo it. And if you have a little bit of time left, I say try to land, that way you can do a fresh new grind. And from this point on, you just gotta rely on a long combo to get you to the end. So just stick to grinding along the rails, and if you collected enough cups in your first run around, all you really need to do is just get all the cups on the rails. And then this point is a little bit tricky, where you have to continue grinding, and at this point you have to go into a manual to get to the baggage claim to the rest of the points. Well, for the mission Headway Popper, you have to clear out all the balls within the headway as fast as you can. And for sick rating, you have to do it within 45 seconds. And again, I say this is a little bit on the difficult side since there are 50 balls you have to get rid of. And I say the best strategy here, just keep going around in circles and using the push-off button to keep running into the balls as fast as you can. And occasionally I'd say go for the power-up, which allows you to speed up even faster whenever you push off. But for the most part, this mission is a little bit on the luck side, so you might have to go through this a few times to get a good game. Well, for the mission kerfuffle, which is probably one of the weirdest names ever, you get points on the number of transit cards collected multiplied by the trick multiplier. And for sick rating, you need 800 points. And honestly, this one is not too bad. Just keep going back and forth these two core pipes to build up your trick multiplier. And I say around maybe 20 to 30. And at this point, just keep grinding around these areas. And hopefully you can get your hands on some of the gold cards to get you some more points. But honestly, for the most part, getting 800 points can be easily done. For the final mission, Security Sabotage, you have to destroy all the security cameras as fast as you can. And for sick rating, you have to do it within 50 seconds. So when you first start, launch yourself off the quarter pipe and start grinding along the ledge right here. And you should be able to quickly take down a good portion of the cameras. And after that, just make your way down and head to the other side of this station. And from here, grind along the edge of these trains to get another 6 cameras. And after that, just do a big turnaround and launch yourself off the quarter pipe and start grinding along this ledge. And continue grinding, and you should be able to get all the cameras within the time limit. And with that, takes care of all the missions on SIG difficulty. And for the most part, the underground level is actually not too bad. You know, it's a little bit on the big side. I say it's kind of similar to the mountain, the way it's structured, but it's still pretty good. And hopefully they add some more DLC later for 20X Pro Skater 5. Well, this is DevilHunterXYZ, and until next time.